Hi guys, welcome to another tier list video. Today we are going to be ranking all of the 8th Doctor box sets, as in like his ongoing timeline. So we've not got in here Lucy Miller, we've not got in here Charlie, we've not got in his Time War series, partly because I've not listened to all of them yet, but also because that would be a really long video, and in this weather I don't want to be sitting here for 30 minutes like I did the other day, ranking hundreds upon hundreds of stories. So we're just going to sit here, Dark Eyes to Stranded, and just have a chill time. We'll start off with Dark Eyes 1. It's been a really long time since I heard this. I listened to this back in 2020 when I was getting into Big Finish. And you know what? It was brilliant. It was basically the second ever box set I listened to after 10th Doctor Adventures, and I just remember being blown away by the scale and the intricacy of the story. And to this day, I have really fond memories of this box set, and so I'm gonna flip this in A tier, because I do think it has its downfalls, obviously, with a lot of these 8th Doctor sets. So it's not quite S, but it is probably the strongest Dark Eyes box set to date. Dark Eyes 2. Now, I was really excited for this because I love Dark Eyes 1 so much. So Dark Eyes 2 must be just as good, right? Wrong. It didn't grip me as much as Dark Eyes 1. I still enjoyed it, and I still, you know, was wanting to listen to Dark Eyes 3 after this, but it just was not up to the standards of Dark Eyes 2. And there's Dark Eyes 1, so I'm going to select that in B tier. I think partly it doesn't, you know, live up to the hype, because, you know, Dark Eyes 1 was its own self-contained thing. But they decided this did really well, let's do a 4-box set formula at the time. So it's kind of strapped on, and it doesn't feel as connected to Dark Eyes 1. You know, they throw in Molly for the sake of throwing in Molly, because she's the one with the dark eyes. So yeah, and then came Dark Eyes 3. The story, I kid you not, that put me off Big Finish for a solid 6 months, and it also put me off Dark Eyes until yesterday, but then I thought I've got to make this video. So Dark Eyes 3. The Death of Hope is quite possibly the worst Big Finish story I've ever heard, but then it slowly continues, and it slowly gets better, to be fair, because The Death of Hope is the story that put me off, and yesterday I thought, you know what, I'm going to finish Dark Eyes, I've not got anything better to do with my life, and I listened to The Reviled, and you know, it was okay. I wasn't expecting anything good from it, to be honest, but then the next story, I've already forgotten what it's called. The last 2 stories are pretty good stories. They're not, you know, up to the standards of a lot of the stuff I've listened to recently, but you know, they're just, it's a big improvement on the first 2 stories, but even they can't redeem a box set that put me off Big Finish for that long, and a box set that made me not want to return to Dark Eyes for 2 years. So yeah, that's gonna have to go in C tier. Dark Eyes 4. I listened to this all today, so I don't know whether I've formed this opinion because I binged it and I've maybe gotten a bit tired of Big Finish today, because you know, 4 hours of Big Finish in one day does wear you out, but I didn't, you know, enjoy it loads. It was a good set, but I didn't enjoy it as much as I wanted to enjoy it. It had lots and lots of downfalls, and to be honest, the finale, you know, you've got that really, that gut punch at the end, but unfortunately I didn't know about that before going into it, so it wasn't nearly as emotional as I'd have hoped it to be. So unfortunately I'm gonna have to put that in B tier. Even though people seem to really like that set, I don't think it is as incredible as people make it out to be. But you know, maybe it'll grow on me in the future if I ever can be bothered to re-listen to Dark Eyes. Doom Coalition, this is where things start to step up. Now Doom Coalition 1 is well renowned for its like starting 2 stories, with the 11 being introduced in the first one, and then the Red Lady, which is also stellar. But then people also remember the final 2 stories, which I'm pretty sure is the Galileo Trap and Doomsday. Honestly, that's how forgettable they are. But Doom Coalition 1, you know, got 2 good, 2 bad. It will even out to a B, probably, for me. But this is, to be honest, the box set that it revitalised my love for Big Finish. I listened to this probably around May 2021, and in that, you know, May 2021 till kind of maybe September 2021, I was when Stranded 3 came out, that I just binged all of the 8th Doctor from Doom Coalition to Stranded 3, because I wanted to catch up to Stranded before Stranded 3 was released, so I could listen to that on release day. And you know what, it was worth it. But Doom Coalition refueled my love for Big Finish, and I'll always be grateful for that, although it isn't the story, it isn't, you know, the box set I was particularly looking for with Doom Coalition. Doom Coalition 2, I remember being mixed on this. It's the weakest Doom Coalition set by pretty far, but it's not even that bad. I would not put it on levels of Dark Eyes 3, but then I also wouldn't put it on levels of Doom Coalition 1, so I'm gonna have to put Doom Coalition 2 in B as well, but it's a low B, high C kind of standard. It's, you know, having River Song meet A, you know, it was done before in the Diary of River Song. If Diary of River Song would come out at this point, I'm not sure, but honestly, it wasn't really, you know, that exciting, because she's obviously concealing her identity, blah, 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 blah. But even then, she definitely have to kind of mind wipe A. I don't think they actually meet in this box set, and I remember River, I think she's only in the finale, or was she in the first story? I'm not sure, but she wasn't a massive part in this set, which is what I'd hoped, but you know, you get what you get. Doom Coalition 3, really, really good set. I remember this, you know, being the set that I was least looking forward to, because it's that 3rd box set. It's, you know, I was already put off by Dark Eyes 3 with 3rd box sets. The 3rd box sets always seem to be the filler box set, the box set that, you know, has 3 filler stories and then the finale that leads into the final box set. But this one here was a really good 3rd box set. You know, it has stuff about the Sonomancer, and I love the Sonomancer as a character, and I honestly love, I'm just looking forward to the future here, how Doom Coalition 4 links her back to an earlier story. But she's really solid. Her banter with, like, the 11, I don't know if she actually meets the 11 in this, but in general, her banter with the 11 is really good, really fun. You know, their relationship is pretty engaging. So overall, Doom Coalition 3 really solid, but not the best of the Doom Coalition quadrilogy, because that goes to Doom Coalition 4. And for me, Doom Coalition 4 is the first, maybe not, to be honest, because everyone praises Ship in a Bottle, right? But when I first listened to Ship in a Bottle, I didn't like it. It was a story I really was not bothered by at all, and I remember it honestly being a bit crap. But on reflection, maybe it doesn't seem that bad, but it does bring down the set for me. And if it has, you know, that one dreary story, and I can't really give it S tier. But with the final 3 stories, Doom Coalition 4, stellar set. Honestly worth listening to all of the Doom Coalitions just for 4, just to get to 4. So good, really fun. Alright, so next up, we're moving on to the Ravenous series. And Ravenous 1, it's something. It has, you know, stories like Their Finest Hour, which is a really quite solid story, and then you get Sweet Salvation and World Damnation, and that is where the set falls off. Overall, it intrigued me enough for an introduction to a set, but once again, like Doom Coalition 1, it wasn't what I was looking for with the intro to the set, and there's only really one set which I think that does the intro really well, and that is Dark Eyes. But other than that, Ravenous gets better as it goes along, because then you get Ravenous 2. Yeah, Ravenous 2 is S tier. It is an absolutely stellar set of stories. Escape from Kaldor, I think, is the first one, is an absolutely amazing Robots of Death kind of sequel, I guess, although there have been plenty of other ones. And it also sets up the robots really well, which I'll have to listen to one day. It's that one spin-off that I'm really intrigued in, but I've never actually given it a go. But yeah, Ravenous 2 is great. There's also that middle two-parter, the Christmas special, and oh my god, it is brilliant. That middle Christmas special is absolutely cracking, and honestly stand alone. So if you can, listen to Fairy Tales of Salzburg, and I'm really bad with titles here, my brain's not working. Yeah, it's a great middle two-parter. And then Ravenous 3, it is really good. Ravenous 3 is really good. You've got Companion Piece, but then you've also got Legend, and that's where it falls off a bit. Like, this has 2 great stories, 2 not so great stories, but, you know, you can live with it. And it's still a great box set, which, you know, everyone should listen to. And it makes me realise that on the whole, even though I say I enjoy Doom Coalition more, realistically I don't, because Ravenous is better. I'm going to join the Ravenous Club, because Ravenous 4 is S tier. Whisper, I think that's the first of this set. Really good, really engaging, great story. And then you've got the Master Trilogy, with Planet of Dust being my favourite of the trilogy. Planet of Dust is just cracking, it's absolutely incredible. Crispy Master Returns, literally like the best Master story I've ever heard from Big Finish. great stuff. And then obviously the Day of the Master two-parter. Everyone loves it because it's amazing. It did take me 2 lessons to really warm to it, but on the whole, brilliant two-parter. You know, great end to Ravenous, and it's definitely the series that all of you should really be picking up. It does unfortunately need a little bit of context from Doom Coalition, but really all you need to know is that Helen has gone missing. Their friend Helen has been taken by the 11, and that's where it kicks off. Stranded, the most refreshing kind of box set that I've ever heard. And Stranded 1 is really good. The only issue I had with Stranded 1 is that the finale, it was getting off to such a good start. Like, it's literally the Doctor, Liv and Helen chilling in Baker Street. But then the finale, they had to introduce an alien, didn't they? They had to introduce a monster, which I really didn't like. They could have kept monsters out of this set very easily, but they chose not to, and eventually that was the set's downfall. So yeah, but the first 3 stories, I can probably remember these: Lost Property, Must See TV and Wild Animals. That's it. 3 great stories, honestly. And with Stranded, you can jump into this without prior context, to be honest. Just know that the Doctor's TARDIS is a bit screwed from Ravenous. And you know, Stranded's kind of a soft reboot of the 8th Doctor. Although they're properly going into that reboot phase with 2022 releases, although I am still looking forward to them. If not slightly salty that Liv's still in it. Like, come on, I'm fed up with Liv at this point. She was best in Dark Eyes, let's be honest. Stranded 2, absolutely stellar. I remember that listening to that finale and just being so captivated. The finale of Stranded 2 is probably the best 8th Doctor story I've ever heard. It is so gripping, and you're drip fed throughout, perfectly paced. I adore every single scene in that, and I mean, come on, Andy Davison. I know who's in Stranded 1, but Stranded 2 is so much better. Stranded 3. Okay, B, I'm not that harsh on it. Stranded 3, everyone when it came out seemed to love it. I thought I was the only one who hated it. Turned out I wasn't, and it's pretty widely disliked. Like the cover, it's not good. It's not a good set. You know, the best in the set is Snow. It is a beautiful character piece, but the other 3 stories, they're such a bore. Seriously, I mean, come on, Twisted Folklore, come on, Lizzie Hopley, you can do so much better. I'm genuinely disappointed in you for writing that story. But other than that, it's a pretty forgettable set. Not quite as forgettable as Dark Eyes 3, but it's pretty bad. And now Stranded 4. Yeah, Stranded 4, okay. I expected more, but I basically got what I wanted. It's 4 great stories, with an absolute, I adore the finale of the set, because it's so chilled out, man. You can just kick back, relax and listen to that. I've heard it twice already. I want to listen to it a 3rd time, because it is so good. It is the finale I wanted, and it made me feel a weird amount of nostalgia for that lockdown period. because I did enjoy it, and I'll always be grateful for it, for introducing me to Big Finish, the Doctor Who books, and basically the fandom. Because I was bored, I joined a Discord server, a lowly Discord, and I've made loads and loads of friends, and I met all of you guys through lockdown, and so that story was a great piece of memorabilia for me, and you can listen to it on its own. It's such a chill story, and I love it. Stranded 4 will always hold a special place in my heart, although it's not quite S tier. It's got 4 great stories in, and that's all you really need to know. That, ladies and gentlemen, was my mouth getting very dry and me rambling on about the 8th Doctor box sets for about 20 minutes. Honestly, I've been running out of words to describe these sets from the moment I started the video. I am tired, I'm dreary. If you enjoyed this, hit the like button, subscribe. And I need to go and sleep because and get a drink, because I'm literally dying right now of a drink. So I'll see you guys later. Bye.